Inspired by sound.
Should give you my eyes to see, give you my brain to think, give you my skin to feel like I do, make you almost believe that I'm just trying to be, but there's no empathy from you. Now we're the same, but you say we ain't.
The sounds you're hearing are from the wonderful singer Mai Khalil. Now, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but I can hope so. She'll tell me otherwise. Now, it was an interesting meeting May and I had. She found me through Instagram. I'd been posting some stuff there myself, and I do that occasionally, and she found me and asked, "Hey, I hear you play keys, would you like a gig?" I say, yes, I'd love a gig, because gigs are gigs, right? So she came to my house, we've done 2 rehearsals, and we've got this gig on Friday. Now, this is one of the tracks we might do on the gig. Now, this is interesting because I got very inspired by this track. It's very simple chords, very enjoyable. She has the best voice that I've ever worked with, and I hope that we will be working a lot more together in the near future. Now, that was Saturday afternoon. On Sunday, I felt inspired just before going out to dinner, and probably because I was going out to dinner. It was Nando's, for those who know what that is. So I decided that before I'd go out, I'd try a little something in Logic. And what I tried was I took this piece that you're hearing in the background, turn it up again,
On the inside, yeah, on the inside.
and it was a 2-track recording. Initially I'd done it in Windows using SoundForge. I literally hit record in Forge, was playing keys, and I put May in front of a mic in my house, bit of reverb. This is very unmixed, very raw, and also what you hear is very unmixed and very raw. But in the future you're going to hear some great stuff from both of us, I can guarantee that. Now, Logic's new features in 10.4 mean that I can take this track and I can put it in Logic and it will sound amazing just off the bat. I mean, it's just crazy. It allowed me to paste the track in. I didn't even know what tempo I'd played at. Now, when I load Logic from the get-go, my projects start off at 120 beats a minute. So I just hit paste and it lined it all up, put it on beat. All I had to do was drag it slightly because there's a downbeat in here. So the piano kicks in a bit early, 2, 3, 4, da-da-da. And it kind of put the da-da-da on beat 1 instead of before. So I dragged it back, lined it all up, and if I solo just this one part, look at that. Solid. So bear in mind that this was not multi-tracked initially, it was actually just a 2-track. I'm playing, May is singing. What can I do with that? I said to myself, well, I needed drums. I also needed bass and I wanted a bit of guitar. So I went through and I decided that, okay, we can do this. Thanks to Logic's awesome skill at lining the stuff up, most of the work is done. The hardest part is done. Now it's just finding things that fit around it and make it sound like it all was done together. Drums, great, easy job. Got drums, this is a good start, I think. Nothing special. So just a kit from Battery. All sorts of drums in here. I'm not using very many of them because, to be honest, I'm not the primary in this. May's vocal is what matters. So for me, the best thing I can do is just lay back on the track and not do a great deal of work. Not because I'm lazy, but just because it's not necessary. I needed another drum part, and the other drum part is just sort of incidental stuff. There's a part at bar 23 or 4 that you'll hear as well. Needed a bass, and play the bass part. And just like all my videos, if you're looking in the description right now, you're going to see exactly what products I used to do this. And I will tell you as well, I used Battery for the 2 drum parts. I used Indigenous Renegade guitar for the guitar part. And this bass is Scarby Rickenbacker bass. So that goes along with the piano playing and all that from May. And here's the guitar finally. Very simple. I try to keep it as just low-key as possible. Nothing special. And the thing is about guitar is that it kind of goes in the vocal range, so I have to play around May's vocal. Now, I showed this piece to a few people, and what they said is that it would have been cool if I could have dropped a piano solo in there. Now, the reason I didn't is because the piano and May was recorded at the same time, so of course I couldn't do that. If I have this track to redo over again, and if May consents to coming back here and we do it properly, instead of a bit sort of half-assed as I did it initially, I would have played to a click, I would have set it up in Logic, and I would have done it properly. But because it was a rehearsal and I didn't know if anything would come of it, I just felt inspired to try it. This is more a test for me as well. I'm still learning Logic. I haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg where all this is concerned, but I'm loving the learning factor, you know? So because of that, there was no room for a solo. This was all about May. In future, though, I'd love to see if I can do anything with it and get a solo in there as well, turn it into a fully fledged track. This at the moment is just over a minute, so of course we can flesh it out, make it longer. Now, with all the things playing apart from my piano and May singing, the track starts like this. Are you still soloed? Yes, you are. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Right. How about that? See, it's quite simple. It's just a nice little groove I put down. So that's what that does. Now, I'm going to show you the whole track all the way through, and then see if there's anything else to discuss after it. Well, there is actually a little bit before. I had to, because if you heard the original of this, I'll play you the non-Logic version. There's a bit of a fade in the beginning where she's laughing. And I just sort of kept that in because that was amusing to me. It made me smile. So in this version, when you hear her come in, that's not in there. So I just took that and faded it in Logic. And same at the end. There's a bit at the end where there's some talking. I just chopped that out of the track. So that's what I've done to the whole track, really. I've tried not to affect it in any way. I haven't actually added any EQ to her voice. I haven't done anything to the two track because it's already piano and voice. So what if I affect one thing, it's going to affect both things on the track. So essentially, it just is raw, uncut, and us. So here is, on the inside, my mix. I call it ONJ's mix. ONJ is sort of my stage name. Onj Music, at Onj Music on Twitter, as you probably have seen in the titles of all the videos. Any questions? Any ideas? Any things you want me to try afterward this? I'd love to do more things, of course. And May, if you happen to watch all of this, thank you for the inspiration. You are one of a kind. Here is On the Inside, from Top. I'll see you next time. If you like what you're hearing, please subscribe, like, and share. Bye for now.
So give you my eyes to see, give you my brain to think, give you my skin to feel like I do, make you almost believe that I'm just trying to be, but there's no empathy from you. Now we're the same, but you say we ain't. Now we're the same, but you say we ain't. It's funny how you judge me on the outside, but you ain't got a clue how I feel on the inside. On the inside, yeah, on the inside. It's funny how you judge me on the outside, but you ain't got a clue how I feel on the inside. On the inside, yeah, on the inside. I wish I could give you my hair to brush, so you that I can't rush. It ain't as easy as wash and go. Give you my ears to hear when I'm walking down the road, things that come out your mouth. Now we're the same, but you say we ain't. Now we're the same, but you say we ain't. It's funny how you judge me on the outside, but you ain't got a clue how I feel on the inside. On the inside, yeah, on the inside. It's funny how you judge me on the outside, but you ain't got a clue how I feel on the inside. On the inside, yeah, on the inside.